welcome back to Motion RC Live for this premiere where we unveil our 64 finalists for our 2022 March Mayhem Custom Aircraft Challenge. In this video, we're gonna go division by division. If you've ever seen the NCAA March Madness tournament, that's sort of how this works. This is our third year running, so we break down this bracket into 4 divisions. Instead of north, south, east, and west, we've got lift, drag, thrust, and weight divisions. There'll be 16 custom aircrafts in each division. Remember, the winner of each division represents the final 4, and then from the final 4, we pick our winner. Now, as for prizes, the aircraft that is chosen the most from all the brackets that you're about to vote on, the one that's chosen the most to be the overall winner, that pilot and that custom aircraft will receive a $500 Motion RC gift card, and then the individual with the best bracket, so that means you have the most total points in your bracket, you picked the most correct winner, you will receive a $250 Motion RC gift card. So there is a lot to win in this March Mayhem Custom Aircraft Challenge. So let's get started unveiling our 64 finalists, and just remember, since all submittals came through Hobby Squawk, we're going to be calling you by your Hobby Squawk username. So moving over to the top left-hand corner of our tournament here, we're going to start in the lift division, and the first matchup to reveal our first 2 pilots is going to be Chev Pro versus F86 Crew Chief in a battle of free wing Avantis. Both of these guys customize their Avantis really nicely. We got a shark camouflage version from Chev Pro going against a marbleized white Avanti on the left. Both awesome schemes. Already this tournament is going to be hard to choose. For matchup number 2, we have a battle of Roban scale helicopters with Chris Rybert coming in with his Bell 212. Painted up here in red, looking awesome, going against LT1 Power with his Bell 407. And a beautiful picture, to say the least. So our first 2 helis are already in the tournament. Then for matchup 3 in the lift division, we have Superflies versus Mikey P in a battle of F-16s. I love pitting 2 aircrafts right away in the first round that are very similar, so we can sort of weed through, and this is going to be a tough matchup because both these F-16 schemes are really hot. Then matchup number 4, we have a battle of 2 different types of aircrafts. We have the only Mirage that made the tournament in this Israeli scheme from Simjet 67, and it's going up against the Snake, Victor Shamulis's, his F-104, which won a few awards at some events recently, so that's a tough first round matchup. Our 5th matchup in the lift division is going to be a battle of free wing T-33s, with Rudderman 98 in his orange Navy scheme going up against a Canadian version US Canuck 1XA with his Canadian T-33. Both look really awesome, and again, very hard to choose. For matchup number 6, we have a battle of a free wing T-33 against a free wing L-39. The T-33 has been done up like a P-80, fully customized, looking great from F-22 Trainer, and it's going up against GJA Rossi in his awesome camo schemed L-39. Whew, they both look great. Then for matchup number 7 in the lift division, we have a battle of BAE Hawks. 2 awesome schemes. The first one coming in from CG Durant in this amazing camo scheme, and it's going up against LX Caliber in this awesome Navy scheme in the red, white, and blue. Man, they both look great. And for the last matchup of our lift division, we welcome Kraken Releaser with this awesome aggressor schemed F-14 Tomcat going up against Look Ma, No Trim in a Jolly Rogers F-14 scheme. So we have a battle of Tomcats right off the bat to close out the lift division. So there you have it, that's our first 16 entrants. That rounds out the lift division, and you can see all those entrants here. Now, let's move on to the drag division. Matchup number 1 brings our returning champion from last year, Ralph Stepper, who won with an awesome P-38, and this time he's got an awesome free wing ME-262, and he's going up against the only other ME-262 in our competition from BP Flyer. Both look amazing, so it's going to be tough for the returning champ to get out of round 1. Then matchup number 2 in the drag division, another battle of RC helicopters. This time it's a Roban UH-1N going up against a rotor scale UH-1A. The UH-1N from Roban is from RC Moto Mike, And we have F-106 Delta Dart with this awesome rotor scale UH-1A and just a nice picture with the patrol boat. Tough helicopter challenge. For matchup number 3 in the drag division, it's going to be S-Kosh 25 with this awesome Star Trek Free-Wing Vulcan going up against a Free-Wing Rebel from Paul Architect. And it looks great with the digital camo scheme. Both amazing scheme on some 70mm sports jets. Definitely a fun first round matchup. Then matchup 4 in the drag division, we've got a Flightline LA7 beautifully weathered from Deef going up against a Flightline Bearcat done up in this white Reno race scheme from P. McGuire. An awesome battle of 1200mm Flightline Warbirds. And again, another tough matchup to choose. For the next matchup in the drag division, we have Manual with this awesome blue A4 Skyhawk going up against Link-An 58 in this awesome aggressor type scheme of a Yak 130. Man, they both look good. Battle of the Blues in the first round. Now with 3 matchups left in the drag division, the next 3 matchups are going to be fun because they are all battles of F4 Phantoms. In the first one, we have High Step, who returns after being in our first competition, not being in last year's, but coming back here in the third annual one. He has a gorgeous F4 livery going up against Shark 102 with his awesome F4. They are both in beautiful gray schemes, and it's going to be really tough to choose. Then for the 7th matchup in the drag division, we have 4923 Crew with this awesome Air Force F4 livery going up against Dave G with his awesome Jolly Rogers Navy F4. So it's a battle of beautiful Phantoms here. And to round out our Phantom battle in the 8th and final matchup of our drag division is going to be Wings Over Wheels with his awesomely beautiful German F4 Phantom here on the right. And then you have Jetson Wings coming in with another gorgeous F4 Phantom as well. All 6 of those F4s look awesome, so we put them all up against each other right away. So there you see it, that's our 16 competitors for the drag division. Now 1/2 of the bracket is finished up, so let's move over to the thrust division. So now kicking off our thrust division in matchup 1, we have another battle of F-14 Tomcats, and this time it's N-Fun with that awesome aggressor scheme, that blue camo scheme on his Tomcat, going up against T-Cat with his Sundowners Tomcat that is beautifully weathered. Man, they both look awesome, so hard kicking off the thrust division. For matchup number 2, we have a battle of the scooters. It's 2 Free-Wing A4s. First one coming from Cliff Gallagher, and he's going up against Glam. Both look really well done, and it's going to be tough. Which one do you like the best? Now moving up to matchup 3, we have some interesting customs here. We have an F5 coming from Free-Wing from C Zonio, done up like a T-38 Talon. And then we have a double Avanti. We have a twin Avanti coming from Voodoo Blade. So 2 wildly different ones, but we threw them together. Which do you like the best? Then our next matchup in the thrust division is a battle of MiG-21s. We have Meyer VW going up against RC Aviator, and both of these schemes look great as well. And man, this just gets tougher the longer you go. I don't know who I'm gonna choose at this point. Moving on in the thrust division, we have a battle of OV-10s. This time we have Didier N, who has a Nexa Balsa OV-10 done up in gray, looking beautiful, going up against an awesome Flightline OV-10. That's the foam version, but Lefty Ace did a magnificent job with the olive drab and the blue and the black. Man, that just looks out of this world. Then an interesting matchup here going in the thrust division. We have T. Lewis 95, who submitted his Diamond Lil Flightline B-24, and he had it in front of its daddy back there, but it's going up against an amazing Bell 412 from IMAD. So we have a heli versus a bomber in the first round. Man, it gets tough to even pair these models sometimes. And then for the 7th matchup in our thrust division, it's going to be a battle of Free-Wing F-18Cs. We have Captain J on the right with this gorgeous livery going up against Hugh Weedman, who makes his 3rd straight appearance in the tournament, and this time it's with that tiger scheme on his F-18C, and he even has little tigers in the picture. It looks awesome, Hugh, and again, tough to choose between these 2 F-18s. And then closing out the thrust division, we have another F-18, this time going up against a free-wing F-16, and it's Air Guardian with this beautiful F-18 and just a gorgeous shot, the way he put it together. And then you have Mojo 0022 with this awesome aggressor version painted up F-16, and man, that is a really tough first round. The thrust division, like all the divisions before so far, are just really hard. But that there, you see all the names for everyone in our thrust division, so that only leaves one more division and 16 names. And now one thing you may have noticed, we have not seen any free-wing AL-37s yet, and that is because the entire weight division features all of the AL-37s that made our 64 tournament. So let's start on the weight division. I was so happy to be able to put 16 AL-37s in a division on its own this year. We haven't been able to do that just yet, but let's kick it off. We've got 2 Star Wars AL-37s going up against each other to kick off the weight division. It's Scotty 75 with his black lightsaber United going up against S. Dawson 112 with his R2-D2 ANA Airlines scheme. Both of them look awesome, and if you're a Star Wars fan, you might not be able to pick this one. For matchup number 2, 2 beautiful aircraft here as well. Straight shooter on the right with his Planes Qantas airliner going up against T-34 Mentor, who just took a brilliant shot of his Southwest schemed AL-37. Man, these are only gonna get tougher. For matchup number 3 in the weight division, we have G. Muhammad with his Mickey Mouse Alaska Airlines scheme going up against this awesome Jurassic Park airliner coming from B. McCormick, who also makes his 3rd entrance into the tournament this year, and that is just a gorgeous scheme as well. For matchup number 4 in the weight division, these two are very interesting. We have Power Jet on the right with his Freedom Star airliner, and as he said, he elongated the fuselage on his model, versus Racer X600RR, who has shortened the fuselage on his AL-37 in that classic Delta scheme. So a battle of long versus short in this matchup in the weight division. Then coming up next is going to be Master Yoda, who took this beautiful picture of his airliner, and man, it almost looks real at the angle he used, going up against this Fireliner from Mr. 150M. That looks great as well. Both of these models could win this whole thing. Then next up we have Jimmy B with his British Airways airliner versus US Airways from Sleepdog. Both beautiful models, man. It ain't easy customizing one of these AL-37s, and we're always so impressed by how many we see. Unbelievable here. Another tough matchup. Then for our 7th matchup in the weight division, we have Bet's Mums, who returns to our tournament with that beautiful Noke Airlines, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But either way, the Firebird on the front, everything about that looks gorgeous. And then we move on to JMiz914 with another Star Wars scheme. That one's a Stormtrooper version, and man, that looks great in the evening sky. They both look fantastic. And that leaves us, last but not least, our last 2 entrants into the March Mayhem Custom Aircraft Challenge, and our 8th matchup in the weight division is 8492nd Iowa, coming in with this amazing KC-135 Big Crow, which you see there on the left. Unbelievable scheme going up against Stem Wings, who's the only one who's inverting his picture. The inverted American Airlines for that division, so Stem Wings looks fantastic. And man, what a tough matchup. So there you have it. That's all the names in our weight division, which should be renamed the AL-37 division. I'm so happy to get 16 AL-37s. I would love one day to do a 64 bracket of AL-37s if we could. But now, there you have it, everyone. That is our 64 finalists unveiled in our tournament bracket. Congratulations to every single one of you pilots. You are now all eligible for a chance to win a $500 Motion RC gift card, but that's gonna come from our voting crowd. So last year we had close to 3,000 people vote, and Ralph Stepper's aircraft ended up getting 201 votes in the first place position, which made him the winner, and he won a JOS 39 Gripen last year. So this year it comes down to you. In order to vote, click the link in the description. You have from today all the way till Tuesday, March 29th to get your votes votes in, so you have 2 weeks. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to do the voting. You're going to click that link and you're going to see here every single one of these first round matchups that we just showed you. You're just going to click back and forth which aircraft you think is the best. And then it's going to remember your winners from the first round, and it's going to move you to the second round, to the third round, to the last round. Make sure you select all 63 matchups, because there are 63 total matchups in this tournament, and then you're going to click the Submit Your Bracket link, and you have to use your MotionRC email address, whether it's motionrc.com or motionrc.eu. It must be your MotionRC email address, so if you don't have one, you can create one for free at motionrc.com or motionrc.eu. But that is the best way for us to send you your gift card when you win. So again, you must submit your MotionRC email address and make sure you click Submit Your Bracket, and that will bring up a page that says your bracket was submitted, so you know you entered properly. So I don't envy you guys on choosing this. I remember last year, none of the people I thought were gonna win even made the Final Four, so it's completely up to you guys. And again, this is all fun. We wanna thank everybody for even entering an aircraft, and if you didn't make the tournament this year, by all means, you can enter that aircraft again next year. You can make aircraft for next year. A lot of guys now, it looks like they make sure they have one for this tournament, and that's what we like to see. I want to see this thing grow, and I'm so excited to see how everybody starts voting. So click that link now, get to voting, and we will announce our winners on our live show on Friday, April 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern. So by all means, get voting now. I want to thank everybody for watching this premiere. Thank Alex for editing this together, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one, guys.